Good afternoon, my community, my family and friends, family. I have been busy this week. 400, probably almost, about 550 potted up plants. Woo-wee. And why do we do it this way? Let's talk more. So most of you know, guys, we start our seeds in these little seed trays and we wait for them to germinate to get about 2 leaves. And then we transplant them to little 3-inch pots. Woo-wee. So we have some cilantro, we have some culinary basil, large basil, brandywine tomatoes, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, and rosa tomatoes, black Krim tomatoes, Rudger tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, more Roma tomatoes. We have, let's see, beefsteak tomatoes. We have Ace 5 tomatoes. We have dill. We have large cherry tomatoes. We have some other basils, some opal basil, some Thai basil, some holy basil. I know somebody, you girls, saying that I'm Forrest Gump with all this. That's okay. We can Forrest Gump the tomatoes. We got the hillbilly tomatoes, more Roma tomatoes. We have some Tasmanian chocolate tomatoes. We have brandywine tomatoes, rainbow tomatoes, more dill, some more jalapenos, some more red bell peppers, and then some various flowers. So we do this, guys, because it's much cheaper. So you could go and buy these once they're ready to put in the ground. These are going to be about $3 to $4 size plants that you're going to find at your box stores or your Callaways, maybe even more this year, guys. I've seen some of your comments saying that they're $4 and $5 this year. So gosh, if we paid $4 or $5 per plant for all of these that we started by seed and put in these 3-inch pots, we're talking a couple of $1,000s. But instead, this is probably a couple of $100s worth of seeds, and that's about it. So that's why you want to do your own seed starts, guys. Now, depending on where you're at, if you're up north, I know you guys are just now starting, and if you're planning on buying from the box stores, you have time up north to go ahead and start your seeds and get you some seed starts going and do this very thing to save you loads of money, loads. So we do pay for these little plants, but you know what, guys? We have used some of these for probably 4 or 5 years, so we reuse these once we plant. We just stack them up and put them away for the next year, and they hold up fantastically. And many of these we have used, gosh, 5 or 6 times, I'm sure. So these ended up being, at one time they were about 4 cents a piece. They're probably about 6 to 8 cents a piece now with inflation. And then, of course, the soil. And I did find some good organic soil at Lowe's that I was pretty impressed with. And Greg's been making his own. So we've kind of been mixing to stretch it a little bit. And everything is doing very well with it. So 1 bag of that soil, and it's called hoppy soil or something. It was $8 a bag. 1 bag easily did probably 100 of these little containers, maybe a little less, but real close to it. So $8 invested there, not very much, guys. Certainly not the $2,000 I would have had to have paid had I gone and bought these at a nursery or at a big box store. So we have this huge high tunnel we got to fill up, and we're going to have plenty of plants to fill it up with. We'll probably be starting planting in the next, at least in the next week, within the next week actually. We've got to get some of this stuff in the ground. You can see I got some beets back there that are doing beautifully. Greg did that to stabilize the soil, and man, are they coming up like crazy. So I'll be freeze drying some beets to make me some beet powder, but I'm also going to pickle some. And I get a lot of comments, guys, on my beet pickling video. Lots of people love that. Super easy, super quick video to watch. But anyway, so we'll be canning up some beets and we'll be freeze drying them, and I'm probably going to can up some of those greens. Beet greens are excellent for you, and freeze dry some of them as well. My onions are doing pretty well. I bet I'm going to have some onions here real soon, guys, so I'm excited about these. It's 58 degrees outside, but it's very warm in this high tunnel. And you can see where Greg's been digging up the weeds We've had some kind of Bermuda grass try to get in here, and boy, it takes over. So he's got to go in and he's digging up the root balls and pulling it up by hand. We had a lovely rain last night. It was a nice storm. There was no wind. There was lightning and thunder, and we got almost an inch of rain, but no severe weather. Guys, I forget how nice that is to get rain without it being severe. But so yeah, we are busy, 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 and I know many of you are too. So I wanted to give you an update and show you how many pots I got. God bless you all. I will be in touch this weekend. We love you. And I'm going to go ahead and put that link below for that Survival Seed Company, which is what we used for all these seeds, except for the N Roses. We are very excited about how everything has turned out. See you soon. Love you. Get to planting.